All right, so welcome everybody. It is Tuesday, and you have decided to spend 30 minutes of your Tuesday evening with us, which we are so grateful for. And everybody on this call who's going to be speaking, we're part of something called the Healthy Living Revolution. And we're basically a group of normal people, just like you, who have found a way to really maximize our health through plant nutrition. And we love sharing that with the world. And this is our detoxification and rejuvenation program. So tonight we're going to talk about this program and how it has changed all of us. And you're going to hear some awesome real stories from real people. Nothing is scripted. We just are all normal. And I love that about this call. It makes it really fun because we always flub up something. You know, there's always something, right? Technology or or something that goes wrong, but it makes it really real. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me 2 seconds here, and we're going to get started. And I will tell you my story. Here, 1 sec. So here we go. So my name is Missy, by the way. And can everybody see that? Okay, there we go. And I have been part of the Healthy Living Revolution for about 1.5 years now. And I actually started out with growing my own food, which was a really fun way to start out. And this is taking a minute. There we go. And a couple months into growing my own food, I thought, you know what? I keep hearing about this SHRED10 program. I'm going to try this out. And I had been diagnosed with Hashimoto's. And a couple months into this SHRED10 program, all the pain in my hands and feet was gone. The 15 pounds extra that just kind of didn't budge was gone. My brain fog was gone, and I was having energy like I hadn't had in years. And I'm a mom of 5, and my kids range from 22 to 2. And my 2-year-old keeps me on my toes. So at 40 years old, to have energy feels amazing. So we also have the lovely Kerrie Davis on here. And Kerrie has one of the most incredible SHRED10 stories that I have ever heard. And she's going to share that with us and walk us through a little bit of this program and why we do it.
Thanks, Missy. So I was first introduced to this different way of living in 2010. And it was before it was called SHRED10, before it was even called Transform 30. And I was at a local chiropractor's office, and I was a single mom. I'd been working in a corporate job, long hours. And over time in my 40s and 50s, I began to gain weight. And with that came some weight-related diseases that I was on medications for 10 years, a statin drug, metformin, arthritis, pain medication, and a muscle relaxant. And I was at my wit's end. I was so desperate. I just wanted things to change. And I was in the gym 4 or 5 days a week. So he introduced me to flooding my body with these plant-based powders and drinking 2 shakes a day and just making some simple changes. And within 8 months, I was at a healthier weight. I lost initially about 80 pounds. But the best part for me was I got off all of those medications, and I got my energy back. My dental health improved. I haven't been sick. I'm going to be 63 this month, and I have more energy than I did at 33. So it's just been life-changing for me. And so he explained some things that I want to walk through tonight because it made so much sense to me. So, you know, we have some startling trends in the world today. And the first one that made so much sense to me was that we're kind of living in this toxic world. We're being bombarded by these toxins that we're eating. We're taking them in. We're breathing them in. It's in our water. It's in the lawns that we walk on. The stuff we're putting on our skin. The things that we're cleaning our house with. We're just being bombarded constantly. And then the second trend, which was really important to me, was our food quality, because I knew that our food quality was decreasing. And I mean, half the time we can't even pronounce what's on the label. And just the fact that a lot of our produce was being, had herbicides and pesticides, it's being picked too early, and the nutrient quality is going down. The combination of those, our bodies just do not function real well. And so what happens when we're on this rejuvenation and cleansing is that we have a way to get rid of those toxins. And because when these toxins get into our bodies are like wonderfully and beautifully made, and they know exactly what to do. And because our bodies can't handle all this toxic load, it protects our organs by trapping these toxins in these fat cells. And then what happens is that helps protect it from our organs. And so it keeps it from doing more damage in our body. That's the good news. The bad news is these fat cells expand and they cause some weight issues. And at the very top strip, the gray one, it'll show you all those little dots are toxins. And so when we go on these diets, and believe me, I think I've been on all of them, and we over-exercise, what ends up happening is that fat molecule burns away, but the toxins stay in our body. And so our bodies go right back into protection mode, and they enrobe those toxins again with this fat molecule, and it expands the fat, and we gain all that weight back. That's why we have this like roller coaster thing that is always going on with us. But if we do it the right way, the better way, there's this safe and healthy way that we can lose weight, get to a healthier weight, and allow our body to cleanse all these toxins out of there. And it's through clean eating. It's about flooding our bodies with these plant-based nutrients in fruits and vegetables. And so what happens is we shed the fat. So the fat molecule actually turns into a water-soluble molecule. And this is probably a little TMI, but we end up just pooping and peeing it out. But the toxins go out with it. And so when the toxins go out with it, we're not gaining that weight back again. So it's more of a sustaining, longer lasting, healthier weight that we get to. And so that's the difference between when you diet and over-exercise versus flooding your body with these beautiful plant-based nutrients. And so one of the things that I was concerned about was like, how do we get enough fruits and vegetables? He asked me, how many fruits and vegetables are you eating every day, servings? And I was like, 3 or 4. I thought I was doing really good. And he's like, that's not enough. You need like 13 plus. And so the truth of the matter is none of us can eat that much. And so it's really important that we bridge the gap. And that's what happens with these plant-based powders in Juice Plus Trio and Juice Plus Complete. And it's like flooding your body every single day with 45 fruits, vegetables, and berries. And it's in a wide variety of colors, like a full orchestra. And it's not a substitute for the real thing. We still need to get as much fruits and vegetables into our bodies, but it does bridge that gap. And so when you add 2 of the fruit to the veggie and to the berry, and you drink these 2 Juice Plus Complete shakes every day, you are flooding your body, and your body's getting what it needs to be able to function better. And so that, when he explained all that, I was on it. I was at a place where I just jumped in. So I hope that helps explain the difference.
Thank you, Kerrie. And, I love it. It's amazing what 50 different plants, 45 here plus the omegas, that's 50 plants in our bodies every single day doing work on the cellular level that we can't even feel, and I love, a friend always says, we don't brush our teeth saying, ooh, it feels so good, this cavity that I'm not getting, right? But we know that our bodies need this to function optimally. So it's pretty amazing that we can do it in such a simple and easy way. And really maximize our nutrition. So we have, speaking of nutrition, we have Alexa, who is a personal trainer, and she helps people, she really holds their hands through this nutrition program and helps them also with their exercise program. And she's gonna talk to us a little bit about, well, her story, and then why do some people have willpower and some people don't? I love this. This is one of my favorite slides. So Alexa, you're on.
So,
Get on. There you go.
I am Alexa Wagner. I have been a personal trainer and athletic coach, also helping women in health and nutrition for about 7 years. But I got to a point where I couldn't help anybody because I was so sick with autoimmune diseases and I couldn't help myself. I had to step away from my job. I had to step away from school, and I was just sick. I was at a point of desperation and I had little hope for my health or my future because I was taking 13 different medications. I was doctor shopping. Doctors didn't know completely what was wrong with me. They just knew that I was really sick. So when I was introduced to this concept of plant powders, it was from a friend who invited me to a talk by a doctor named Dr. David Phillips. And here we talked about the power of these plant powders and what they can do for our body in healing, detoxifying, rejuvenating. And it just made sense to me. I knew the power of nutrition already, but the science behind it is what really it stuck with me and it made me believe in it. So I went all in with our SHRED10 program, which we'll talk later in this presentation about more in depth. And now some people don't see as results as fast as I did, but 3 days in, I was using the bathroom regularly. I had been battling constipation for 3 to 4 years. I had energy that I hadn't had in 7 years. My symptoms just continued to decrease. And these were symptoms and diseases that my doctors told me that I would have to live with for the rest of my life. So I am so thankful now that I was introduced to the concept of these plant powders in the SHRED10 program, because I not only have transformed my own health, but I get to incorporate this program with my clients that I train and help transform their life in an even bigger way. So let's get into these slides that I'm going to talk about. And just like Missy said, we're going to talk about willpower. I love this subject because I know that we all beat ourselves up a little bit when it comes to willpower. Like, why don't I have the willpower to keep working out or eat healthy? And it's actually not true that some people do have willpower and some people don't. Willpower is actually a function of your blood sugar. So if you can think about the last time that you skipped a meal and you were too busy to eat, and then when you were able to eat, you just went for everything and anything. We all have those days, right? We live really busy lives. So here's why, and that's called glycemic index. It's the rate at which the blood sugar enters the sugar enters your bloodstream. And as we all know, sugar should enter your bloodstream slow and be a sustained energy. So if you look at this line on the screen, it's the higher line, the light blue. That's when we are eating foods like complex or carbs, empty carbs, breads, crackers that spike our blood sugar, and then you come crashing down. You either need a nap or you go for everything in the cabinet, right? Or skip a meal. And then the dark blue line is what happens when you eat something that's lower glycemic meal with fiber, and so that sugars enter your bloodstream slowly. Like with our Juice Plus Complete shake, that is actually low glycemic. Then our blood sugar is stable, and it makes it so much easier to avoid some of the bad habits and food addictions. So this is zone of willpower, and you might actually find that you lose your junk food cravings. Missy, we go on the next slide. So like I was talking about above, this is our Juice Plus Complete. I love this Complete because you can use it as meals, you can use it for pre and pro workout, and it's low glycemic, so it's going to help stabilize the blood sugar. It has 13 grams of plant protein, as well as things like broccoli and radish sprouts. It also has 8 grams of pure plant fiber. It's also vegan and non-GMO, gluten and dairy free, and it's completely plant-based. It also has powerful prebiotic fibers in it that are going to help you digest food. And what I love about it is it has the same glycemic index as broccoli. And like I was saying before, what I love about the shakes is they are great on-the-go snacks. So when you are busy and we know, we just talked about how important it is to not skip meals, you can always have these shakes. They're good with water, they're good with milk, they're good blended in a smoothie as well.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's real life. My kids are unattended because I don't have a sitter or a husband here, and I'm hearing these noises and I'm like, what is going on? Go ahead, talk about our omegas.
I love Missy. She's such a busy mama. Okay, so I personally love our omegas, and I think anyone who has them can speak for them too. So they're one of a kind because they are completely plant-based. So just like some of you, we all know how important omegas are for brain health and gut health and just overall health, right? But what these omegas are, they're a blend of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So very unique. And they actually skip the middle fish. So I didn't know that fish actually get their omegas from the plants that they're eating. So these omegas are completely 100% plant-based, pure and sustainable, and they're the full spectrum of omegas, getting sources from algae oil and pumpkin seed oil, buckseed seed oil, and they're also completely cold pressed in vegetarian capsules as well.
Thank you, Alexa.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I love our omegas. My kids put them in their mouth and just pop them and eat them and spit out the outside. And I've even put them on my face. They're awesome. And what I love too is, you know, for me, I've been really concerned about the mercury levels and the PCBs, plastics levels, and all the toxins in the ocean. And I love that our company thought of everything. And they thought, we're not just going to get algae from the same ocean as the toxic fish are getting it, but we're going to actually find a way to farm really fantastic, sustainable algal oil. So I love that. I love that we've thought of everything. And next up, we have Heidi. And Heidi was born in the UK. She lives in California now. She is a hairdresser, and she's been a bodybuilder. She's going to take us through our next slides and share a little bit about her story, which is also really profound. So Heidi, take it away.
Thank you, Missy. So my journey began 3 years ago when my husband met this guy on a wave. And this guy had white hair, you guys, and was surfing every single wave. There were like 20, 30, and 40-year-olds out, including my husband, that couldn't keep up with him. So he just had to know his secret. Turns out he actually found out he's our neighbor. So they become like really good friends. The bromance started. But he really wanted to know what his secret was. And he said it was these amazing plant powders and that he had been taking it at that point for 22 years. So my husband has a brilliant open mind, could not wait to get more information and hear more about what they could do for the body. He also has a sports science degree and is a soccer coach. So, you know, the importance of flooding your body with whole food nutrition to help with performance and recovery was super important for him. He could not wait to come home and share it with me because I've had digestive issues my entire life. I've been constipated for 43 years, maybe going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a week. And so he knew that I needed this more than anyone, specifically because there was a lot of food groups that I'm intolerant to, and for some fruits and vegetables I was unable to eat. But I was super scared, you guys. I really did, you know, I thought it was going to hurt me rather than help me. But it was when I gained a lot of information by hearing a couple of really intelligent and smart doctors speak about these plant powders that really shifted my mindset and made me have more of an open mind than a closed mind. And I was so glad that I did because it was so profound, the change in my body. I went from being constipated, like I said, to now going to the bathroom every single day, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But it's normal, you guys. Like, that's how much we should be pooping. People think it's taboo talking about poop, but at the end of the day, we all do it. And it was just, you know, such an amazing experience for me that I cannot help share. So I'm really happy that I was asked to do this, share some information with you tonight. So here we have, I'm going to share exactly what the SHRED10 entails. It's really about shredding the food, toxins, and habits for 10 days only. That's all it is. And we're only asking you to do that to really get rid of all the crap in your life that's not serving you well, and really adopt some new, healthier habits. So here are the SHRED10 guidelines. It's pretty simple. For 10 days, what you're going to do is you're going to flood your body with real foods, more fruits, more vegetables, more whole grains, peas, beans. I mean, you get the idea, right? And then you're going to add the Juice Plus Trio capsules, the shakes, and what they're going to do is really help support you in this journey. We really want to encourage you to eat clean as much as you can for these 10 days, because this is going to give your body a break from digesting all those heavier processed foods that it's really not designed to eat. It's also going to help reduce inflammation and really free up the body to cleanse and rejuvenate like it should. Part of that process is drinking more water, getting more sleep every single night, exercising most days, every day if you can. And then you're going to eliminate some of the most inflammatory foods that are out there, and that's gluten, dairy, caffeine, alcohol, and processed foods. Artificial sugars, refined sugars. We're also going to encourage you to not eat past 6 p.m. And the reason for that is it's going to give your body and your digestion a chance to rest and really eliminate the toxins that are in your body and remove them effectively. Now, if you are pregnant, you're nursing, or you are a child or an elite athlete, then basically you're going to make accommodations for this, and the 6 p.m. rule is going to be a little bit different for you. You're also going to get the SHRED10 cookbook, which is an amazing SHRED10 cookbook and a guidebook. And the guidebook is going to give you over 15 shake recipes, 10 meal ideas, some snack ideas. It's really going to be a great tool in your arsenal to have throughout your journey. The one thing I love is there's no calorie counting. I hate counting calories. No one's got time for that. You never feel deprived because you're encouraged to eat a lot more of the good foods that our body needs. And it's not complicated. It's super, super simple. Now, if you're really ready to commit to the guidelines, it is really common for you to see these results. For me, more energy, better sleep. I mean, you've heard my SHRED10 story, you know, with the pooping, better hair, skin, and nails. People are always saying, my gosh, what do you do for your skin? It really is this, you guys. And then if we go to the next slide, please, Missy. One of the biggest reasons why the SHRED10 will work is because you're adding the Juice Plus as the nutritional support piece. That is the main piece to this. Juice Plus has been studied all over the world for the past 20 years. It is the most researched nutritional product on the planet. And here you can see some of this research. One of my favorites is the study on the arteries and cardiovascular health. We also have studies on lung health. And you can also ask the person that invited you to hear this presentation to actually share more information about those studies with you.
Awesome. I think we're good. I think,
okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's it. Wow.
Right.
Wow, that was good. You were good, Heidi. I love listening to Heidi talk too. But no, she's so right. You know, having solid science behind what we're doing is really an incredible gift, I think, that we're given with these products. And, you know, it's not a weight loss program, which is really interesting because we have talked about fat and how our bodies store fat. But what it really is you guys, it's about cleaning our bodies out so that they can run efficiently and they can run well. And, you know, it's like changing the oil in your car. You've got to do that so that it keeps going. And that's what this program is about. And the rejuvenation part is just as important as the detoxification part. And that's where these products come in. So where do you see yourself getting started? Some of you might just say, well, you know, I think I'll just eat more fruits and veggies and drink more water. And hey, that's a huge change. We're super excited to support you in that however we can. Ask the person who invited you. We have some free tools for you too. We have a workout series. We have a cookbook that we can share with you so that you can just get started making some simple changes on your own. Maybe it totally makes sense and you're like, yes, I'm ready. I want to jump in and I want to do this. So if you're one of those people, we highly recommend you jump in with the SHRED10 package. And what that is a 4-month commitment to you. So you are going to take care of yourself first for 4 months. And we have those 10 days in each 4 months that we follow those guidelines that Heidi outlined for us. And this SHRED10 package gives you enough shakes to have 2 shakes a day for that entire 4 months. So you can really live it. You can really get down deep on a cellular level and pretty much kind of become a new you during those 4 months. And so this is the package that I recommend. It's the package that I do. It's what I do every day. So I do this when I'm shredding. I do this when I'm not shredding. The only difference is when I'm not shredding, the rules are a little bit more relaxed. I let myself have some wine. I let myself, you know, have a treat if I want to. But it really has become a lifestyle for me because I feel so good and so vibrant. And we also want to note that you guys, children can get their Juice Plus for free for every adult who's on that trio. one child can get their Juice Plus for free for up to 4 years. So please ask the person who invited you about that also. And you know, people always, okay, the next question is, well, how much does this cost? Because that's always the biggest thing, right? And it's actually my favorite part to talk about because it is so incredibly affordable. And what it is, so we're gonna talk about the SHRED10 package, which is about $8 a day. You guys, that's 2 meals a day. You're getting 2 meals a day, 50 extra vine-ripened, toxin-free plants in your body for $4, a little bit under $4 a meal. There is nowhere else where you can get whole, real food meals for $4. So for me, it's just like, okay, this is a no-brainer. Work it into the grocery budget and take care of me first. And so we really encourage you all to go back to the person who invited you. If you have any other questions, if you want more details, it's really important that you know that you're totally supported by everyone you see on this call. And if you can't see everyone, go to gallery view really quick because we're all here for you. We all shred together starting the first Monday of every month. And it's profound and it's powerful and it's super, super fun. We have a Facebook group. We have a lot of really amazing tools for you guys. And you get the support of the person who invited you to this call one-on-one, which is also really incredible. And we ended early, so we have time for more stories, which I love. Let's see, I'm looking at faces. Who is on this call who wants to share their shred story? Kirsten, I was going to call on you, but I see you exercising. How about Michelle? Would you be able to share really quickly?
Me, Michelle?
You Michelle. Iggy.
Okay. Sure, I would love to really quickly. Hi, everyone. I must say that the shred really made a difference for me. I had taken Juice Plus for about 8 years before I even started the shred, and I'd done the shred, and it made a big difference with inflammation in my body, the overall use of Juice Plus. But then when we added the shred in, I thought for years that I had exercise-induced asthma. I was a runner, and I've now recently been in CrossFit for the past couple of years. But every time I would get my heart rate going, something would be going on. And I finally got to a point where, okay, well, I'm going to shred every 10 days for each month. And got to the point where it's like, all right, the last thing I needed to really get rid of was that caffeine. And it was really hard for me to do. And everything else was going super well. But once I did it, I had one bad day of detox. I'll admit I got the caffeine headache. But number one, that woke me up to going, wow, if something made me feel this bad, it must not be that good for me. And then as the months went on, I started to notice that, I don't get that gaggy cough when I go out for a run. I thought I had that exercise-induced asthma, and that wasn't the case at all. It was the coffee was getting my heart pumping so much in the morning that when I go out, it was getting it. Then the exercise added it that much more that my body just couldn't do it. And all of a sudden that started going away. And now I'm like, it rarely ever happens. The only time it comes back if I slip and I have a little caffeine when I'm off the shred, but other than that, it's been fantastic and I feel better than ever. So that's basically my shred story. I love it.
I love it. You know what I love is that we don't know what's going to happen for you. We know what happened for us, but we know that something is going to happen for you. Something profound will happen if you give this program the 4 months that it is worth giving. Then I would say you'll be pretty surprised at what may change in your life. And so hopefully we will see you in our SHRED10 group. The next shred starts October 1st. And we would love to have you be a part of it and love to have you be a part of this healthy living revolution. And we can't do it alone. So if you know anyone else who you think this would resonate with, either the SHRED10 or our mission, please reach out to those people and put them in contact with us or invite them to a call like this because we really want to help people get healthy and change the world. No big deal. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'll stay on for a minute if anybody has questions.